puzzle game. Puzzle game. Now, as you all know, we love puzzles and problem-solving things here on the channel, and little games as well. And one of the most popular games that we have played in the past is a little game called Rush Hour. Rush Hour, Rush Hour, Rush Hour. Which is a very fun logic puzzle problem-solving game. And it's been done quite a few times on the channel and also in the ASMR community, probably because it's very relaxing. The game makes some interesting sounds and it's also quite easy to understand. So in this little bag here we have the game and all the pieces, which we will open up in just a second. But before we do, if you guys do enjoy tonight's video, why not consider leaving it a big thumbs up? And also, if you're not already subscribed, why not consider subscribing? And if you do enjoy problem solving and logic puzzle things and maths related things as well, why not check out my second ASMR channel called ASMR Maths, which is all dedicated to ASMR and maths. I'll pop a link to where you can find the channel in the description down below. And we just posted another video over there, so why not check it out and see if it's the sort of thing that you would enjoy. But without further ado, let's open up this game and play some Rush Hour. Okay, so let's open up the bag here and take out the pieces. Now, if you have never played Rush Hour before, do not worry. I will explain everything as we come to play. But this is what the setup looks like. The game board and all the pieces. It's sort of like a car-based game, as you might have guessed from Rush Hour. Make some sounds with the bag. And so, the game, which is made by Think Fun, has all these different sized and colored car pieces. We have a sort of yellowy green one here. We also have a brown one here. Now there's two different sizes of cars. So we have the small ones, which we have a sort of peach colored one. And then we also have the larger ones, which, well, if you're from the UK, you might call lorries, or from the States, you might call them trucks. So we have a nice lilac purple truck here, which on the board takes up 3 spaces, as opposed to 2 by one of the smaller cars. So let's take out all the cars. Put them over there. We'll put all the trucks on the other side, actually. So let's see, what else do we have? We have a pink car. Pink. What's your favorite color that we have so far? We have a turquoise car. A yellow truck. Gonna call them trucks. And then we have a blue truck. I like the blue truck, I think. We have a green truck, and there's only 4 trucks, it seems, in total. But there's lots of different colored cars. We have orange. We have a purple one, sorry. A sort of khaki, would you say? I don't know. A grey one. A light blue one. And I have saved the most important one to last, which which is the red car. Now, as you'll notice, the red car is slightly different the way it looks from all the other cars, because it is the highlight of the game. It is always going to be used in every scenario and setup of the game. It is the object of the game. Now you'll notice the board that we have is made up of a 6x6 grid of squares. Like I said, the small cars can take up 2 squares and they can move in the direction that they're placed. They can't move side to side, as you'll see, so they can only move in one direction, provided there's nothing, for example, stopping it, like that. And the trucks, similarly, take up 3 squares, and if they're placed down, they can move only in the direction that they are placed and facing. So, how does the game work, you may ask? Well, in this little compartment on the bottom, compartment, there are lots of little cards. Let's close that up. And these cards are set up in a configuration of different setups, such as this one here, which is labeled beginner. We have, let's take a few more examples. There's more cars and trucks in this one. Even more as we go down. We've got some intermediate setups. And we have some advanced ones. And even some expert ones. Now tonight, I think we'll maybe go one from each. So let's take like a random beginner one. We'll take a random intermediate one, a random advanced one, and a random expert one. Let's take this one. And we will begin with the beginner one as a sort of sample game, so I'll set the others off to the side. And you're meant to put the card like this, but because that's slightly tricky for you all to see, I think what I'll do is move this down a bit and pop it here just while we set it up, and then once we set the game up, you don't really need to see the card anymore. So we're going to set up the game, how the card is displayed. So we have in the top left what looks to be the green car next to the orange one. And then we have the blue one, the blue and the purple, with the pink just alongside like this. Now I'm going to save the red one to last. As I said, that is the pivotal car, the most important one here. So we have this one, I think it's actually this one here. And then we have a yellow truck just here. And finally we have the grey one just there, and we don't actually need any of the other ones, so I'll pop them off to the side, except for the red one, which is going to go here. Now the red one is always aligned horizontally with where this little gap is, and that is because the aim of the game is to try and free up the red one and move it out the end and bring it out this gap. Now as you can see, we currently cannot do that. It is a bit stuck. So we have to manipulate some of the cars and trucks that we have on the setup. Now there is on the back of the card, which I'm not going to peek at, the optimal way to do it. Tonight we're going to just try and figure it out together as we relax and have a good time. So without further ado, let's let's get started with this one. Now, like I said, you can only move pieces in the direction that they can move in. So I cannot move this grey one to the side. I can only move it down, and I think I actually do want to do that. Because I have a sneaky feeling for this to work, I may have to try and get these two cars down here so that I can slide these two back. So let's move the truck down, and for the time being I'll put this pink one here. I know that it's not going to be there because I won't be able to get the red one out, but I'm gonna move these two across so that I can move this one up and bring the red car to the middle of the board. And now I can move these cars down to the bottom. And because the cars are made of plastic, they make nice clicky sounds as you move them across the board. And I think, honestly, now I just kind of want to reverse everything I just did. But I'm starting to question how will I get the red car across? I'll tell you what, let's move it back first. I'm gonna need this to be down here. But I think first I have to bring this down and slide these back. And then bring the green one back up. And last but not least, bring the pink one back up. And there we go, we have a clean, or a clear, sort of escape route to get the red car out of the traffic jam that we were in before. And that is us completed the beginner one. So I don't know how many moves that took us there, but if anyone was counting, there is the optimal there. They show all the labeled cars and trucks and how many moves it should take to do it. So I think we did alright on that one, to be honest. I think I'll give myself a good grade for that. So yeah, it's very fun, this game, as you can see, quite addictive. And we're gonna go ahead and move on to the second setup with the intermediate card next. Now, this looks doable, I would say. We won't know until we give it a try, will we? So let's pop it up here and we'll try and set up the game to whatever we need. So what do we need? We actually still need some of the pieces we've got here, so just sort of popping them off to the side whilst we figure it out. So we're gonna need this blue one to go here, and this purple one sort of blocks the exit. How dare you? This cream one goes back down here. We need the green there. Sorry if you can hear my noisy neighbors upstairs. I don't know what they're doing at the moment, but they're obviously not doing anything ASMR-y. I'll pop the red one over here. We know it's gonna go there. The grey one goes there. Yet again, we only need one truck. It looks like in the advanced we're gonna need more than one truck. So I think that's everything. We pretty much just used everything we used before, I believe. And then the red truck, or the red car, goes right at the end. Now I must note, it is not always such that the solution will result in you moving the red car all the way across. Sometimes you might have to move it to the middle, manipulate it a bit more, and then slide it out. I've played this before, if you couldn't tell. But anyways, let's have a little observation before we begin this one. Obviously there's only so many moves because we can't move the yellow. We could move these two up by 1. We can move the blue up by 2, which lets us move the red and move the grey. That's interesting. But in order to actually get the red one out, I think we're going to need the pink one to be down the bottom, which means that the yellow one is going to have to be against the back wall over here, which means that this grey will have to be up the top. How did we say we're going to do that again? Oh yeah, we move the blue one up first. Move the red across, and then move the grey up. And see, now we can move the yellow back. Now I have come across another little issue that we have, being that this orange one is kind of getting in the way. It needs to go across so that we can move the purple one up. So let's move this down. We may as well move this down. How do I move that orange across? Well, I can see that we can do this, 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 and this, which might help us. Because now we can do this and this, but then there's one thing stopping us here. That's that dang blue. So how are we meant to get the blue out the way? I guess I could move these 3 up, move this across and move that down, but then at the same time that's not really going to solve anything, is it? Maybe I have to move the red car over. First. And then how am I going to get the blue one down? Maybe I was supposed to move the orange right to the end. But how can I do that? I guess I could do this, 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 move this here, then bring this down. But that still hasn't quite done anything for me here. How am I meant to get this orange across? Let's bring this back then. I'm obviously not following the optimal solution. I think I'll put this one back up here. Bring this all the way to the back. Bring these down. I feel like I need this to go here. And bring these up. I feel like I need to temporarily move the yellow across. I know you're probably seeing the solution and screaming at me or typing away in the comments, Dido, it's move this, then move that, then move this. But when you're in the moment trying to work it out, it's a lot harder than you may think. Sometimes I find just moving things randomly helps. But I'm sort of getting somewhere with this grey one on the end now, which is good. But at the same time, I have now got all this stuck. But the orange is all the way across, which is what we needed. But I'm seeing that if I do this and this, I can move that there now. And then move this across. And finally move everything down. So it ended up everything actually needed to be up the top here for me to move this out to freedom. Freedom. And there we go, that is us completed the intermediate one. Definitely not the optimal solution, but we'll take a look. Do you know what? For an intermediate, I still think we did okay. that's still quite a few moves there. It says begin with moving C up to, which I think is what we did. Yeah, we moved C up, the red across, and then grey up. I think we got there, we just sort of in the middle did a little bit extra that we really didn't need to do. A little bit of tapping on the card, a little bit of tapping on the card. And we're gonna get ourselves set up for the next game, which is gonna be the advanced one. Now this is definitely gonna be a big step up. You can see on this one there are only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 empty squares. If you take a look at the last one, there's 6 only in the top left. On this one there's at least, 15? So this is going to be pretty crazy. So let's pop this up here while we set this up with everything that we need on the board. So we'll take everything off first, just to start from scratch and set up game number 3 of the night. I really hope you guys are enjoying tonight's video, finding it nice and relaxing. If you are, why not consider dropping this video a big thumbs up. Let me know in the comments if you want to see more of this on the channel. So let's see, we have the yellow truck over here and the blue car up the top with the orange behind it. With the green here, we have our second truck, the purple one, up there with the brown car at the bottom. And then we have the green car. I'll put the red car in at the end again. Gosh, this is using almost everything. Another car, and another car, and another car. Yes, we are only going to have, at the end of this, I'm just making sure I've set this up correctly. Looks good to me. We only actually have not used 2 trucks, which is crazy. Just shows how many we've used for this one. So let's slide this to the side. I'm not going to peek. And we'll zoom in for you. Now let's do what we did the last 2 games, do a little observation. So let's see here. Are we gonna maybe need to move these 2 over? Because I feel like they're gonna have to be at the bottom somehow. Since they'll have to be, so because this purple one is gonna have to be up the top. So that means this one's gonna have to be here, which means that they aren't going to move over or anything. So I think let's just get started. Let's see, because there's only, I think, actually 2 moves we can really do at the moment, and one of them is kind of redundant because moving this blue one across won't actually let us do anything. So the only move we can do is move this one up. But do we move it up 1 or do we move it up 2? We may as well move it 2 so we can move these both across. Now maybe I'm supposed to temporarily move the orange one down. And then maybe that's meant to make the yellow go across so all these 3 can go up. And move the blue across as well. Let's see. Well, we can move this across now. Move this down. But that only leaves us to actually move the red car backwards. So I think if we move this backwards and then bring the orange all the way down. Do we want to bring it all the way down? We may as well. We can now move the red car back. But do we do that to move the purple back up and then move the brown back? Or do we do that to bring this down and slide this all the way across? I think this makes the most sense to me. No, actually, see, now that only lets us move two of these up. Maybe I'm supposed to like move this up here to move these across and bring this down, I want to say, and then move the red one across. Let's manipulate this a little bit here. We're very close. We just have these two that need to get moved back somehow. But we can only move one back at the moment. This pink one's kind of stuck. But if we move these across, and move this down and this down and this across, can we get the pink one up there somehow? I don't know, I don't think so. How is this actually possible? I feel like this grey needs to be here. Oh, excuse my stomach. But how can we get the grey one there? The red one has to be all the way back. I think we had it in that situation as well, so if we can get the red to be all the way back again. So I think we do this. And then, okay, so can we do this like one by one? And I think we're almost actually back to the start, basically. How are we meant to get the grey one over one extra? Let's move this here. No, we're almost just back to the start. If you can see, this is where we started. I don't really want to just end up where we started. Let's just manipulate it a bit, see what happens, really. Let's move this down, this across, but that's kind of just back where it was, wasn't it? So let's go up with you, up with you. You can go up, you can go across. You can come back down, across, across. Let's do this. Oh no, because we want to get the orange one down, don't we? Unless, do we? Yeah, I think we do. We do want the orange one to be down. So I think we were actually doing the right thing when we had the red one slightly across. So let's try and get back to that. So we do this, and then we can move the green up and the red back. There we go. So now the grey can come all the way across. And then can we just like move these three back down? Move this down, this across, and then we can move these back. While we temporarily move this up. And move this all the way across. This looks good now. I think this looks very good. Yeah, there we go. We got there in the end. That was actually a really interesting solution. I wouldn't have expected that to be what we had to do. I thought we had to get this to be all the way back. But no, again, it was one of those solutions where you had to sort of move the red car as you go. It's not one fluent not as long as I thought it was going to be. I thought there was going to be lots more to it. But that was definitely our first challenge, I could say, of the video. And it just gets me kind of a little bit nervous for what we are going to do to end the video. We just take on the expert puzzle. And so let's zoom back out and prepare ourselves for this. Now this could be a little while to get solved, but it's all part of the fun, and hopefully you all do enjoy. Now you could even give this a go yourself by sort of making little pieces of paper shaped to the cars and setting it up on a fake board. See if you can solve it before I can. Likely it is you will, because I'm doing this nice and slowly for the video. So let's take these all out and have a look at the setup that we need to do. So once again, yellow boy, you're getting used up here. But this time we actually need 2 more trucks. Is that going to make it easier? Are they easier with the trucks? I don't know. I feel like because that one there was the first one we did with more than 1 truck. And well, maybe that made it a lot harder, didn't it? I wish they had like another version of this with different shaped pieces. Like maybe you had some sort of, I don't know, like single square piece. That could be quite cool. Or maybe like a 4 length piece. Yeah, that sounds like a really interesting way of making it work, but I don't know how that would work though. Maybe there is a version. Get the pink, the back, and then the orange. And apart from the red, is that everything? I think so. So red car, let's put you in. We're gonna do our best to get you out. And you know what? You're already nearly out. It's just these 2 damn trucks that are in the way, aren't they? And I think they are kind of telling us already what we need to do. So let's put these away. Let's hide the cards so we cannot see the solution. And we'll zoom on in for you again for the final puzzle of the video. Now, like I said, these trucks are kind of already telling us what we need to do. That being that if they are in their current position, we cannot get the red piece out. So they need to be down at the bottom 6 squares. But that means these 2 have to be across, which will take up all 4 of these ones here. Which means the green's gonna have to go up. The pink's gonna have to come across. How can we get the pink across? Well, let's just start manipulating and see if we can get the pink across somehow. I think maybe doing this could help us. Oh, nearly. Nearly. I mean, we can move them down and this across. But that doesn't really do anything, does it? Wow, this is tough. I mean, we've got the trucks down 2. They just need to go across 1 more. Maybe we have to bring the blue all the way across and move the purple up. And then we can move this up and bring the pink across. Is that right? We have one of these all the way across now. If I could get this green up the top, that would be ideal. We have these trucks down now. It's almost there. It's so nearly nearly there. I just realized we have ourselves a little bit of a situation because I think these two need to be up there. But how on earth do we do that? Well, we can at least get this up there. But how are we meant to get the other one up? It's got to be something to do with the blue car. Because it's stopping a lot of things. Let's have a look here. Let's have a look. If we bring this back down and move this across, it just doesn't do anything, does it? Well, put it this way, the orange didn't start up there, and we've managed to get it up there, which has to be right. I feel like the orange has to go up there, and we've managed to bring the blue car all the way across there. We just need to really get the pink car back. But that means... Wait, no, we need to get this up there. How do we do that? Let's... Oh, if we get the orange car back down... Maybe. How did we get the orange car up there in the first place? I think we moved this, and then this, and then this, and then this. Oops. Let's get the orange car back down. But how does the pink car move out the way? That's the question. That's the real question. The pink one is just blocking us so badly. How does the pink one move? Let's move this back, because we can get this all the way down. Oh, see, we're nearly there with the pink car. Nearly. But this is almost just back to the starting position, isn't it? Oh, man. There we go, we're pretty much back where we started. So, let's think about this again. Let's move these two down, the yellow across, and the orange up. Then we'll move this back, this across, this down, this across, these two down, this all the way across, these up, the pink across, this down, this back. But see, that doesn't actually... Wait, hang on, we can move these now. And these two all the way down. I don't think we did that last time, did we? But still, we're not there yet. This is close, but not quite. Man. This really is, I mean, what's it called? Expert. There we go. That was pretty obvious. How did I not see that? Okay, this is progress. This is progress. Okay, no, let's redo that. Let's think about this again. So, we need to move this here. Wait, know. I don't know. What are we meant to do? Are we meant to move these back up? Surely not. To move these across and move this down. But that just brings the pink back. And that doesn't feel right. It lets us move the blue all the way across. And then move these back up. And these across. These back up. And these back. Oh, hang on a minute, everybody. Hang on a minute. We're nearly there. But that still hasn't helped us. I think we were so close to the solution there. I feel like I need to go back to examine it. Let's see. So we're very close. But it doesn't work because if this is up, this purple one needs to go down. Because at the end of the day, that green one is going to need to be up. So for this purple one to go down, these have to go back up, but that's not what we need. The purple one goes down, this comes across. See, now we can only get one of the trucks down. Oh wait, if we move these up. Are we meant to move this back up, maybe? Again, this just feels like we're getting right back to where we started. It's just very tricky, very tricky, very tricky. That's nearly it, you know, that's nearly it. It's so close. Like we can do that and that. But again, they're just blocking it. Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Let's keep this here. Let's move this back. And then move the pink. Move these two. Oh, it's so close. If I do these and this and this. Oh, hang on. How can I move the red across? I need to somehow get the red across a little bit. Okay, that gets the red across a little bit. But again, it's just getting blocked. Just getting blocked. Am I actually gonna be able to solve this? I don't know. Let's keep wiggling this about until something happens. I'm starting to actually lose track of what I've tried and not tried. Okay. So that lets me move the blue all the way across, which feels good. But is it? Like, I can move this here, but that just doesn't feel like it's doing anything. Again, we're just, very close to solving it. I really want to solve it for you all, but this is almost looking like I'm not going to be able to do it. every time we get very close, there's just one thing stopping it. This time it's the green one. See, no, again, we're just almost back where we started. And I don't want to do that. I think I want this orange one. At least here, or maybe here, somewhere like that. Okay. Let's think here. This lets me move the pink back across. But it almost feels pointless because that only lets me do this and this, which lets me do this and this. But I can't move anything because this is going to be like a 3-hour long video at this rate. Wait, we haven't done this yet. Oh, this looks interesting. Have we done this yet? This looks very interesting. Oh, I see. Okay, so this needs to get there. How can we do that? We can, oh, I think I know if we do this. To get this across there, this has to move up one more. And to move it up one more, we need to move these back. Okay. But how do we get that there? That's the real question. We need to move it over one more. But these can't go up all the way because this is blocking it. So how does one do that? Again, this is just not it. It's so damn close. So damn close. Right, how did I get to what I just had there? Let's get back to that. Because that looked good. It just wasn't quite it. Okay, so let's examine this. This is so close, but obviously these need to be down here. So to get them down there, I need to move all these three across. But I can't, because once I've done this and moved them across, they're permanently, this one's permanently stuck there. I can move these three across, these two down, and this all the way across, and this up. But that still doesn't do anything, because the green's stuck. Man, this is so tricky. Okay. So that's that. And that's that. Gray needs to get there. How do you get there, bro? I don't know. How do you get across? I'm genuinely bad. baffled by how the grey is meant to get across. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's meant to be. I don't know. How does the grey get across? I feel like it needs to be across. That is what we need to do. I've been in this situation already. I'm just sort of seeing what happens if I wiggle everything about. Again, this does nothing. The grey is so close. It's basically there. Before with the situation that these two at the bottom are blocking me. Guys, I'm hopeless. I am actually hopeless. I don't think I can do this. I really don't know if I'm going to be able to solve this in the video. I'm doing everything I can, but I just can't. I might have to like reset it and try again. This is almost a full reset. Temporarily move this across so that I can move this up. I don't know if it's possible. Like something like this. And then somehow move this green up. I don't know. Reset this whole thing and give it one more try from the start, because otherwise I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. So let's put this back. One last go. We can do this. I believe in us. So this was here. Now once again, I'm not really going to go with a strategy. I'm just going to kind of wiggle it about and see what happens. So let's just go for it. See if we get anywhere. Just wiggling the pieces. Oops, that one's trying to go under there. this is just how it began, wasn't it? Yep. That feels pointless. Again, this doesn't feel like it does anything. I'm just going in circles. I may have to just call it there and admit defeat and look at the solution. Because I literally cannot do this. Yup, guys. I'm gonna admit defeat and say that I can't do it, so let's put these back the way they were, and we'll go through the solution together and see where I went wrong and what I was supposed to do. So this goes here. Yep. Alright, let's take a look at the solution. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Okay, so this was meant to go over. This comes down, this goes across, this goes up. I think we did all this. This goes back, this goes up. And then G comes across. P comes down too. O, or is that Q? No, that's O. Goes across. 2. How is that possible? How's O gotta go across 2? It can only go across 1. Unless I was meant to move Q down at some point, but it doesn't say it. Okay, I'll just assume it's meant to be 1. Then C goes across 2. Okay, C can do that. Then E up 2. E can't go up 2. This is meant to be down. It's lying to me. X across 1. Whoops. And then D to the right 1. So then yeah, so this orange is meant to come down how many? 4. So right to the bottom, that's what we did. Then D comes left 1. X goes left 1. E down 2. C across 3. A up 1. I can't do that yet. How can A go up 1? Where even was I? A up 1. C goes left 3. Oh. A up 1. And then E up 1. No, that's not E. E up. E can't go up 1. What? I can't even read the solution right. Do you know what? Let's see if we can use the solution to help us. Does this help us? I feel like it's not. I might have to just give up, guys. I don't think it's possible. I mean, obviously it is, but to me it's not. So I'm gonna have to admit defeat on this one. Let me know if you found the solution to this, or you could do it on your own. Again, I apologize that I have only managed to do Where are they? The beginner, intermediate, and advanced. I guess this game beats me when it comes to expert. Even when I peek at the solution, still can't do it. I try my best, but it is too expert for me. So thank you all so very much for watching. Let me know if you'd like to see another part where I maybe